Like accidentally Tweed's blueprint for perpetual
That one shows
universe.
like there's audio coming out. Now it's showing audio coming out if I just do the built-in microphone.
Well, built that sound good.
There's some, if you saying I should hear that over here. I'm gonna try.
When's Game of Thrones start?
9. We'll probably. Oh, okay. I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Okay, I think.
And also broke it in the same way.
And also broke it.
You're
Yeah,
hearing
no.
The laptop speakers now, right? Or the microphone?
Yeah. Let's try this. Hold on. Let's try this. Okay. Somebody say something in your mic.
Okay.
Hey.
What do you want me to talk about?
Say something into it though. I can't.
I was.
Hold on.
So yeah, the Mandarin is great. It's a huge middle finger to people who want it to be just like the comics. Right. Those spoiled
brats that have this universe better than anything they've ever been given in comic
Here's
book
the
movies
thing,
before.
Sam.
And they can't let Shane play
It's
around
on
with it.
built-in microphone, and then it's coming in. But I can't hear them though.
Wait, is that us?
Let's wait till we talk.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just her laptop.
Yeah. Is this my laptop mic? Whoa. This is a disaster.
I feel like this is what hell sounds like.
Can we?
I want to see if I hear the tapping. Because that's how you...
Chan, can you turn up whatever sound deck is going into the computer?
Okay, I have a debate for you, Tim Noonan.
Okay.
Can you teach someone how to be funny? Can it be taught? Like, can you take the most unfunny person
Let me
ever?
try. Let me look at
Teach
this.
them
And we're not going into built-in. We're going to go built-in.
But isn't it just sort of math?
No.
Right?
I mean, if somebody's not smart enough to come up with that stuff.
Well, I'm
then-
hearing it fine in
No,
here
of course
right
you
now.
couldn't teach it that. Unless you're just giving them his jokes to go say on stage, which maybe they could get away with. But they didn't write them, so they're not funny.
Oh, but then it went away.
You're right.
Now it went away.
I'm saying like
Well,
you
I
can
don't
make
know.
you can
It's
make
fine.
people laugh if you like.
I'm
There's
just waiting
that
for it
guy
to catch
who
up to where it was.
got busted
Sorry,
for
Sam.
just doing verbatim Oswald bits on stage.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, now that sounds great.
technically, yeah, I guess he was funny. People
That
were
sounds
laughing
great.
at it,
Okay,
but they were
can you
laughing
hear
at
now?
Oswald's stuff. Like
Right.
Hello?
that guy, I guess,
Sam?
knew how to deliver somebody else's material.
Okay.
Yeah, who was it I was listening to? Was it Jen Kirkman?
Mm-hmm.
On some podcast was saying that they found video of someone else doing her shit at an
This
open
sounds
mic.
good.
Yeah.
I hear the pickup, the lag has
I've
stopped
done
on this end,
enough
and now it's
improv
working.
classes to know that there are people you cannot teach to be funny.
Here's the
They
thing.
don't
Here's the
teach.
thing.
Okay.
I think maybe they just need more teaching.
Here's the thing. People who walk in the door funny are funny because from a very young age,
Life experience.
they've
and
been
whatnot.
trying to be funny,
Yeah.
and that's how they overcome this or
okay.
that. So once you get to
That's
that,
not always
once you
true. Though.
once you
That-
walk
that
into
whole
the
idea
door,
of like the tortured soul makes you
that's
funny.
not no, it's not necessarily just a tortured soul, but it's someone who has spent a lifetime trying to be funny and
For
getting
whatever
good at
reason.
it.
Right.
Yeah. So as someone who walks
So-
in who has never done that,
When he
you
moves
can
away.
teach them,
But it would
it's
take them a long
fucking
time.
20
you're
years or
right,
whatever,
you're right.
you know, of that time doing
Okay.
that, and they have to
Okay.
want to do
Alright.
that for
Or,
20
but okay,
years.
what if?
Alright, cool.
Can you teach them how
Alright.
to use their
Yeah,
life
bye.
experience?
I'm going to
make
press
them funny?
F8 on your thing.
It's not the same like spirit. It's like saying like I've been bench pressing for 20 years, and now you want me to do leg squats.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated
know.
by the people that come in that are like would admit to you like, oh no, I'm not the funny one in my group or family, and 10 out of 10 like times they are also not funny in class or whatever. Like it's
But I've always wondered about that. Like, I feel like
Oh, we had- okay. Cool.
I feel like you can. I think you could teach somebody.
No,
to
you
be
certainly
funny.
can. It just takes a hell of a long time.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
Yeah.
just everything does. Like, I mean, carpentry takes a hell of a long time to master.
Right.
You know, I mean, you don't
Alright,
just like
guys.
wake up one day and learn how to. hang
You're not
out.
going to you're not going to take 3 classes and be funny.
Right.
You can't teach in that.
Is there a
amount of time.
fast track?
no. I don't even think you can.
Faster track.
I don't think so. I'm also less optimistic about how much you can teach someone.
I've seen people make that transition.
I mean, I've seen people that
were never. I've seen people. I know exactly what you're thinking too, because there's.
I've seen people that like don't know how to aim it correctly, but are clearly like have the potential. But
no, but then there's also people who don't put in the time, and they've still been there for 6 years, but they only do it once a week, and it's not their thing. It's not their main priority, so they don't really put much into it, and they don't get better. But that's not to say that it can't be done.
Sure.
Because if you want to do it, you're going to fucking do it.
All right. Well, we have some questions, guys, and we're finally good to
Are
go.
we? Oh, man, I was
Okay.
told me that. I want to get coffee
Cool.
tight ship.
As soon as he gets back, I'm going to go pee.
Why don't you just go pee now?
What?
Why don't you just go pee now? Oh, you're being funny, and then Tim will have to go take a smoke break or something.
Mm-hmm.
Tim doesn't smoke.
Okay,
I
I
don't know.
agree with you now. There's some people who just can't be taught to be funny. It's just not.
Sure.
I don't know. Now that I have some real life experience in that, I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, guys.
OVAN?
E-N.
That's not
Ovani?
Livan.
What?
Livan.
Sound it out.
Oh. And someone come over here and tell me? I
Or we
can't-
could just.
Boy, I'm really sorry, whoever you are.
Yeah. Or you just call him O.
Olivia?
This at her at
Ovanaline.
Ovanaline.
Her name is Olivia.
Sure.
Okay, well,
All right.
Olivia asks, is it okay to think that 16-year-old girls are hot?
If you're 16,
How old are you?
absolutely.
How old? Yeah, how old are you? That defines. Okay, let's define that for them.
Here's
I
the
think
thing.
we just answered it.
It's a girl. It's a girl asking, or a woman, someone who is female. Why? Who's the sort of female that would ask that question?
My just your average female that's curious.
No, because women don't have curiosity
no.
on that point. They know or they don't know, and if
So
you don't
it's a
know,
man disguised as a woman.
no, I think it's
Like
ooh, it's possible that
it could be like a 45-year-old man that's punning himself off as a 19-year-old girl.
possibility one. Possibility two is just that they're young, and hopefully it's one of those things like I was just kind of curious, like how old is too old to date? The unfortunate circumstances if she is, if a dude is interested in her who's like 18 or 20 or something like that, or if her friend,
Like her friend's dad, like an American Beauty.
yes,
The speed and depth to which you dived into this question immediately
yeah.
makes me think that you tweeted this question
Here's the thing.
and
Here's the
wanted
thing.
to explain yourself.
People ask questions and they're completely without context, and it makes a fucking difference.
Yeah.
It makes a fucking difference if that's
Context
a
is
14-year-old
everything.
girl or like a 35-year-old dude.
Yeah.
So
the 35-year-old dude, then no, you can't find 16-year-olds.
right.
No, actually, you know what? Yes, you can. You just can't act upon it.
Okay.
I
no, that's
like
legit,
this.
yeah.
I like this world you guys live in, where you think 14-year-old girls watch this.
No,
this
no,
show.
they're not watching necessarily, but they asked a question. So they threw a question out
Sure,
into the
sure,
ether, and they're hoping that somebody responds to them.
Oh,
and
these
they
are
hope
not
they don't get-
directed necessarily at us.
Not
Some
necessarily.
are.
Some,
Oh,
yeah.
some
okay,
are.
okay. Good to know.
I
well,
don't ever ask which is which. I just don't. I want to pretend like they're all.
regardless,
Yeah,
for us, the answer is absolutely not.
Yeah.
No,
for me,
no,
yes.
here's
For
the-
me, I'm not allowed to admit that I find 16-year-old girls hot.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Here's the thing: like
Oh, wait, is that
biologically,
right?
as soon as puberty's done
I
with,
think a 16-year-old's pretty
what'd she say?
hot. That's
Oh.
very different.
Oh, good call.
Pretty's
Good call.
fine.
Yeah.
I have a pretty niece.
Yeah, but even
Pretty
still,
sister.
Perv.
like, there are plenty of like 16-year-old girls who look like they're fucking 22.
Yeah, you definitely have to card, especially in this town.
I don't think so. And I thought I would. Like, I remember being around 20, let's say 20, and thinking like, man, it's going to be like weird in 10 years when like all these girls still look about
Right.
like whatever.
But
And
now
what
that-
I'm saying is now that I'm in my late 20s, I don't think that at all.
Oh, well,
Like,
yeah, you
even
can-
you're
even
probably right.
even the most grown up 16-year-old girls, like I saw Spring Breakers, all of those girls look like children to me.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And they were like 18 to 22, I think,
See,
in
like
that movie's
22
case.
is a little different. I think like 22, 23, 24.
Even my sister and her friends who are like are around 21-ish, I look at them and I'm like, you guys look like I couldn't tell the difference between like a 16-year-old and you guys.
Really, I just think of them as like the drunker, more annoying version of my friends.
Fair enough.
16-year-old girls?
No, 21, like 22,
Oh,
23, 24.
Yeah.
Because they're usually like super drunk and they say dumb shit and they giggle.
That's the thing is like I probably couldn't tell like a really mature 16-year-old girl from a 22-year-old girl until she opened her mouth. And like, oh no, there's nothing in there, is there? Oh,
I was very
that's
relieved.
a boner kill.
I was definitely relieved when I grew up. Like I was saying, as not an issue, but now like you've got friends our age who marry guys who are in their late 40s or so. Where the age gap is still the same, and I think, hey, like I wonder if I have this optimistic future where I'm still attracted to everyone of my age 20 years from now, or am I going to be that 40 and 50-year-old that wants 20-year-olds?
Even still, 40 to 50 to 20 is
20.
a big
Let's
deal.
say 40 to 50 who want 29-year-olds.
I think that's fine because it's like back in high school, 2 years difference is a mountain. Like
Sure.
the difference between 15 and 17, but like at 30 to 32, who frick cares? So
Yeah, I don't-
15 years even. I
Okay.
think at that
I don't
age.
perceive it as wrong anymore. I'm just curious as to whether or not I'm gonna
Well, think about it like this, I guess, because we have
want it.
we have a friend who's like, let's say 37-ish, and he dates like 21-year-old girls.
I can't date 21-year-old girls.
22, how old is she? 22, 21?
I'm not even sure who you're talking about.
You do.
Oh, probably.
You
I
know,
don't.
I just don't say it out loud.
Right.
But, and I see him with her, and it's okay. Like, it makes sense because that's just who he is. He likes to
Right.
go clubbing. He likes that kind of shit. But
But
if
he loves it when the girls shake something.
or whatever. I
What?
mean, like, he likes to go. No, he's the one that goes. He's the one that's like, hey, let's go to the club and dance it out tonight.
Ugh.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and like that's just the way he is, right? And it makes sense to me, like that he should date. If I saw him with someone his own age, I'd be like, that's really weird. He doesn't make sense with her. But someone like me,
Why shouldn't he look for someone who's his own age who also likes to go clubbing and just dance it out? That's the dream. Is that everybody finds their perfect weirdo out there in the world somewhere?
Let's bump it up one. How about 88-year-old Dick Van Dyke marrying his 42-year-old makeup artist?
in a week, and I was like, oh, you're graduating really early. And she's like, what? I'm 17. I was like, oh fuck.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ew.
Ah, panic mode. And so then I was like, I was like, when do you turn 18? And she's like, April 1st, so like 2 weeks away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we started dating again that day. There's really no difference between the person I stopped dating and the person I started dating. But
Right.
there's that weird issue of like, people are going to look down on me for dating this girl, but not this girl.
Right. There's not true. They're still going to be looked down on you for dating that girl. Because 25 at 18, that's pretty big.
Nobody really bothered me about
Well, in
it.
Chicago,
It's a lot of
'cause
world
Chicago's-
experience for me
filth
between 18 and
pit.
25.
Yeah, but I
Um,
was also like drunk most of the time and like
Oh yeah,
On
if
a lot of drugs
if
and
you're
shit.
just drunk buddies, that's drunk. What would you call that? Where your relationship is just built on being hammered and having sex all the time.
well, that's not what it was built on. It was built on me being hammered and her
Fatherhood.
being concerned about me.
Oh, leaving Las Vegas. Okay, that's we already know what that is.
So to Olivia, I'll say, whoever you are,
Ovaltine.
I think my answer I'd like to land on is if you are 18 or over, it doesn't matter. You're not allowed.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of gray area, but
Except
if you're
for in
over
parts of the-
18, stop it.
Who
Except
cares?
for in parts of the South, it's 19.
Sure.
What
Wait, it's not
laws
older
are
in the
further?
South. It can't be. It wouldn't be over.
No, it's not statutory rape until if
19,
You're, until
okay.
19. So you have an extra year. Like if you're 18 dating a 16.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All
That's
right.
not.
All right.
Well, if you're in Alabama, forget it. But
I think Nebraska
Go to
might
town.
be.
the answer is it doesn't matter. Don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
All
Just move
right.
out to California for God's sakes.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Our next question.
And most
comes-
17-year-old guys are gonna be way better at fucking than like 35-year-old guys.
Are you what?
Woof,
What?
false.
Are you
That
serious?
is a lie.
No, they
That
can do
is
it
a
more
lie.
times.
No way.
Really?
But quality over quantity, my friend.
Really? So like,
Yes.
so most guys. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend, right? So most guys just kind
That's
of.
the name of our show. I don't
Get
know
better
if you know.
at it?
No, most guys just kind of like fall asleep panting and they can't breathe after sex. Is that the typical way
No,
that
man.
Have you not been doing those insanity videos?
My goodness gracious, I was not better at it when I was 17.
Yeah.
I'm
Coming from a
still
girl's
terrible at
point
it,
of view,
guys.
coming from a girl's point of view, yeah, no, 17-year-olds don't know what they're doing.
Well, this
Older
17-year-old
ones.
did, but this 35-year-old doesn't.
Oh, man.
Just be a decent person
hmm
and go where the gay mafia is.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, Google it.
I don't know that that's going to be helpful.
What do you mean? If you Google
might be.
Game Mafia, just start there. That's a good. Usually Googling is.
I
a good
feel like
place
if
to
he's
start.
asking the question, he's already Googled it.
I don't. I think that most people that ask questions don't understand that they can Google it first. Like if you ever go on like forums, it's usually a guy asking the question and a bunch of people responding, going, "Here, I Googled it for you."
Man, if somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, how do I get into the mafia?" You're not going to be able to tell them just Google it.
Yeah, you
There's
are.
a reason why it's the mafia. It's
No,
because
you
it's a
Google
little
it.
bit
You do a little-
underground.
You do a little research.
Uh-huh.
I bet you I could join the mafia by starting by Googling.
Mm-hmm.
I bet I could figure it out.
I
bet you people join Al Qaeda all the time just by Googling it first.
Well, they actually have recruitment websites. That is a legitimate thing that you could do. The mafia does not recruit, and most certainly don't do it online.
I had this awesome experience waiting in line for an iPhone, which is pretty embarrassing.
Oh, the Apple Mafia is
Um,
worst.
Yeah.
But this guy
The
was
Mafia, they call it.
this guy was basically talking about like his brief like X amount of months period where he was like kind of on the outskirts of said mafia.
Which
And
one? Mafia?
The gay mafia.
Gay Mafia.
This and he was like surrounded by like, you know, big names in Hollywood and going to the right parties and this like cool experience he had. And then
Oh, is it like sort of like a higher ups kind of thing?
sure,
Like
it's
like
like it's like
executives
any
kinda-
other subset.
Like
yeah.
they protect Andy Dick.
people looking out for each other. And
I don't think Andy Dick.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's in it.
Yeah, no.
But
bet
he
he is.
he
I don't
was
think he
also
would've been
like
for long if he was.
I
Weekend.
would if it was that guy's jet.
That's the thing. Is like after the first time, then you were like, okay, I've done it. I've actually got to do this now, and I can sort of lay off. But
But you got to
it's
imagine that,
alluring.
here's the thing, you have to imagine this, that Joe Francis is such kind of a douchebag in general, like everybody sort of has accepted that, that he probably pays for everything, like he buys his friends at this point.
Oh yeah.
So he probably got that guy the most head you could get in Cancun by the hottest chicks, bought all the drinks, fucking all that shit. Like
yeah,
just-
for one weekend, wouldn't you want to live that baller lifestyle?
Not in a million years do I board a creepy rapist jet to go
He's
to
not
Mexico.
going to rape you though.
But he wasn't a rapist, was he?
He definitely was. He
Yeah,
was like went to court for it. Don't know if there was jail
No, didn't
for
he
it.
get tied up on a bed?
I don't know, man.
No, he did. He
was
just
formally
got-
charged with like
Oh, I didn't
statutory
know-
rape.
I didn't know that.
That's a separate. The most recent one, it was assault, and he did get convicted, so he's got to cop
Yeah.
up a ton of dough.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's like experience. I don't know. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's not an
Okay, so
experience
let's-
I need. Where it's
okay.
worth going with that guy
Let's
anyway.
let's exchange Joe Francis for a non-rapal. Is that a
Rapal?
word? Is
Not
rapal a
even
word?
close.
Let's let it go.
Wow.
Okay,
No, that's somebody. That's like a pope who rapes.
Ah, right,
Like,
right, right.
The rapal.
One of the
A
rapal
rapal
anti-popes.
conference.
Yeah.
So a non-rapey, Willie
Sure.
rapey, a non-rapey douchebag
Uh-huh.
invite, but he's like a super like a.
So you're Donald Trump or you're
And
but
it's
his
like
voice is perfect for cartoons.
he has like a magical. His face tattoo is magical, and he's got like a talking dog or something. And like
Okay.
it's so weird
kind of
how
a Smigel thing. Type.
how a weird like that's such a weird phenomenon. Like because he's like this kind of charming retard now.
Sure. He's our Lenny.
I'm sorry I said retard, but
I understand.
that's what he is.
We'll cut it out in post.
That we
by
just
which-
I
I mean, we can't cut it.
that
out.
we just
Sorry.
let it go now that he is also
But he also has
a
always
convicted rapist,
He
right?
also sticks to his guns and says he didn't rape anybody.
Sure. Well, so did Joe
Yeah.
Francis.
I don't know. That's, have you seen the
he was
the
convicted.
Have you seen the documentary Tyson?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Absolutely amazing. Joe Hartzler walked into an improv rehearsal with us one time, and after watching that documentary, and started treating us the way the coach in the documentary treated Mike Tyson, and it was so like it was like the best film after that rehearsal. I've never felt better about myself. You should watch that documentary and then imagine Joe Hartzler being like, "You champions, you champions."
I'm sorry.
Did he come back the next week? He's like, okay, that was a complete act, a hoax. You guys are
Yeah,
miserable.
you guys. Yeah. Now you're all convicted of rape.
I'm sorry we couldn't tell you how to get into the game off in
Right.
'83. I don't probably. It was a
Yeah.
big cartoon for 6 months. I'm sorry, it's
no.
Mr. Street Shark.
No. This is
This is what the show is
important.
about,
Okay.
about interrupting and going off the
Yeah,
on
that
It
tangents.
is absolutely not about that. It just happens.
Yeah, we should call
Always.
this asking for a friend
Always.
in tangents.
Got it.
Should be called.
Asking for a wait, what?
Asking for a
Oh, we'll
tangent.
talk about that
Asking
instead.
for a tangent.
Yeah.
Friend.
All right. Well, he asks, when you choose a girl over your best friend, are you basically asking for no friends?
Say that one more time.
When you choose a girl over your best friend, are you basically asking for no friends?
Yes.
For a best friend?
This guy's
Your
definitely 14,
best
right?
Friend.
Yeah.
Well, or
yeah.
30. I mean, it does. If you once you start dating a chick, that's pretty much it. You're pretty much done.
For
You
can
have no friends.
Again, I think this has to be a young person because I can call my best friend and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go take a girl to Star Trek instead of you."
Yeah.
And his response is totally.
absolutely.
That doesn't become an issue once you're a grown up. And
Well, okay, you know what? However, though, that's how like nerds understand that. But I think a guy who still goes to Big Wangs on a regular basis, fill in the sports bar of your various and
Why's
sundry
it gotta be a
locales.
sports bar?
Cool.
So the answer is stop going to sports bars.
oh man, some are all right,
I
right?
like sports bars.
Just download the UFC fight. You don't need to go anywhere.
No, man.
Jesus, just
it's
BitTorrent.
about
it's about people.
community and
I'm with Tim on
a
this one. I think-
communal.
Nobody ever
I
comes
get it,
over.
right?
I used to invite people. I was like, hey, come over.
I don't watch
watch
UFC, but like I
'cause
get
watch
it, man.
When I think of UFC, I think of I want to hang out with Robert Chan, the one guy that's gonna mock me the whole time for watching MMA fights.
What? I watch them. I watch them regularly.
So you can
I
mock
watch the Ultimate
people.
Fighter. What?
You watch them so you can write bits about them for the fucking
No.
Facebook.
How do you
news
write
channel.
bits about UFC?
You write bits about anything. What's the MMA guy's name that's in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't know.
Who's playing Drax the Destroyer? He's got
Rampage Jackson.
Bautista.
Batista?
Oh,
No, he's a
Baptista?
professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
sorry.
did mixed martial arts for like a few months.
What's his full name?
Dave Batista?
That's his wrestling name? That's not very creative.
No, it is both. I think actually they changed his wrestling name to Bati as opposed to Bau.
I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have a name like
no.
the Falconer.
Dude,
or
the
something
dude is
cool.
the dude
Falconer?
is enormous, and he has huge tattoos all over him. He looks frightening enough that you don't need to give him another frightening
He's gonna be
name.
Drax the Destroyer. He's gonna be great.
Who's Drax the Destroyer?
He's this green dude with big. He's basically the Marvel Universe's UFC fighter. He's just a dude you can't beat in a fight.
How many times did I say BitTorrent? Tim, how many times did I just say BitTorrent while we were discussing that?
I think you said download, Chan.
Really?
You
You
used the
mentioned
phrase
You
BitTorrent.
wait. Oh, but you do it like you don't do it live then.
No.
Okay.
I find Ultimate Fighting very upsetting. I can't watch it.
Really?
I saw some guy get beat handicapped on some YouTube clip, basically.
Oh, well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and
He was just
everything
wailing
on
on his head. and
everything
the guy,
on
like,
YouTube.
clearly started like spazzing out on the ground. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's Rome. We're back in Rome.
No. Well, UFC has pretty strict rules, and most of
Now,
all of
took
the
them a
major
long
organizations
time.
have good rules, and in most cases, it's safer than boxing, where you get right back up, and we're just going to keep on pummeling you in the head, and as long as you keep your eyes open.
Well, but-
Oh
we'll
yeah, it
keep
does
pummeling
have
you
an.
in the head.
Oh, it was a kick. I'm sorry, it wasn't a bit. It was like a famous clip. The only reason I saw it because it was shared everywhere, where a guy
and
did
you
like
see the
a.
dude stand up. You see him like he gets hit so hard in the neck that he just stands up straight and falls back.
Yeah, it was like a backwards like.
Oh, yeah.
Street
I think it
Fighter
was like-
roundhouse
It was
kick,
like
and it
Silva
caught
or
him
something.
right in the
Anderson
face.
Silva that did that shit to somebody
Yeah.
or something
And
like
it's
that.
yeah, his leg like bent backwards like this and just like cracked this guy in the head, and it was.
It's kind of confusing to say it, but we'll try this.
I'll figure it out.
What's the Chinese food for
Oh,
Jews
Jesus.
on Christmas version for kids that can't see their moms on Mother's Day? And I would like to state that I kind of had to tighten up the grammatical.
Yeah, no, I get
on
that. I
this.
get
But
that.
there's so few questions that we had to.
No, some questions are just garbage.
And some are
And
even,
the
some of them
people-
are statements like
Yeah.
purple or purple.
Yeah, so there's the tradition on Christmas of Jews going to
Maybe
Chinese
Chinese
food
food.
because the Chinese restaurants are always open.
Oh, sure.
And there's, like
Right.
at Christmas, most things are closed. So what they're saying is,
I understand the
what
backstory.
do you do when either your mom is dead or your mom is out of town or whatever.
So what is
do
the
you do?
Chinese food version of a kid who doesn't have a mom?
No, what is the where do you go
On Mother's Day.
Or
Day,
do.
right.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly
Nowhere.
what that was. Good. I would have
Yeah.
never parsed that.
There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
It's an idiot question. It's still dumb because
Sorry,
you don't need
Carrie.
a goddamn tradition. It's just
Chan doesn't
have
speak
your
for all of
Sunday.
us. I
It's
think
a
you're
Sunday.
great.
Yeah,
Just
well,
do whatever you do
but
on a
the other
Sunday.
thing is that
Watch
you're
your
a- I think
DVR,
you're a sweet
Doctor
girl,
Who,
Carrie.
or whatever.
the difference between Christmas and Mother's Day is that on Christmas everybody goes into a house and has food. So
like
there's-
everybody does it. Yeah.
Yeah. On Mother's Day, everybody goes to the restaurant. So the answer to that question is probably stay home and cook something.
Yeah.
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 And
And make
go to
it-
a Starbucks,
Make
man.
stir fry at home.
Hang out because nobody's going to be there.
Yeah, Starbucks is probably a good one. McDonald's. Most people don't take their moms to McDonald's.
But what if they have like a dad or something?
Yeah, I'm
Is
trying
the
to
dad trying to like?
make
Because my
this-
brother actually and his kids, they just lost
Disneyland.
their mom.
Thanks for ruining your vagina for me. I appreciate it.
Oh boy.
And her response,
Must be Mom's Day. Sigh.
so my mom knows what's up.
I'm glad I don't have that relationship with my mother
Me too.
where we ever say
Anything
the
has
words
vagina.
her vagina
Yeah.
or your vagina.
Yeah.
We've never spoken about it.
Yeah, I've never had that conversation with my mom.
I don't ever want to.
No.
Yeah, that's
I remember one time my mom had her period in the toilet and didn't flush it.
yikes.
I had to see that.
Yeah.
That was really weird because I was like 6 and I didn't understand what was going on.
Oh no.
Oh, that's no
no.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there Kool-Aid in the... What?
Oh, you didn't know it was blood?
No, I didn't get it at
Oh,
first.
no.
and I had to
How long did it take?
I was like, I don't know. Eventually someone explained it to me. I
Yeah,
just remember
that's what I'm wondering. It was like months later.
It's
and then
just
someone was
it's just
like,
one of those visuals that I don't. To be honest, I don't really understand it. I don't remember how it was handled. I just remember the visual of being like, and then like years later being like, blood.
Did anybody go up to you and go like, yeah, that's a potential baby brother? Right there in the toilet.
No, because my parents were like 50. Or they were 40 when they had me. So
Right. Oh, so she was still.
Wow.
Oh, man,
that's-
she's gonna
well,
live a long
people
time.
don't have menopause at 40.
Yeah, they do. My mom had me
Yeah.
at 40, and then just like the next year,
Everything
And,
shut
and their
down.
uterus.
Really?
fell
Everybody
out.
was like, that's enough.
I took everything out with me. I was like,
Yeah.
Just
Take it down
grab on this thing. Come out with the ovaries in both hands. Ah!
Yeah.
so okay, yeah. Happy Mother's Day, guys.
Go do a
Yeah.
thing you guys liked doing together.
That sounds great.
And
But
that's-
don't do
that's the best
something
thing.
awesome like Disney World, which is what my first suggestion was, because then everybody will relate this horrible thing with
Oh, and it'll ruin Disney
and
World?
ruin Disney World forever.
Oh yeah. Just remember that your mom is crying that she didn't get to go to Disney World with you. In fact, anything that you
Oh.
do on Mother's Day, she's going to be sad up in heaven. Or, I mean, I don't know your mom. Maybe she's in the other place.
Jesus.
But she's watching you
Jesus
and
Christ,
sad
Jan.
that you're not you're
Can we
not
just go
doing
to
it
the
with
next?
her.
I don't like this. I don't like this anymore. Can we just
yeah,
move
this
to
is
the next
okay. Okay,
question?
next question.
I'm going to start a new
7 years old?
podcast called Tim and Chan in a Fainting Chair. Where we just work out what happened.
All right, next question is from Robbie K. At
Yes, of course it's you.
I lean against no, but effectively it might as well be.
Yeah.
But like you died when we completely disassembled you.
See, that's
you're
a more
dead.
interesting
Your
question.
brain came apart.
My uncle cousin is a nuclear physicist.
What the fuck was that thing that you just said?
Uncle cousin?
Yeah.
He's my uncle and my cousin. He fucked my aunt.
Okay.
My cousin fucked my aunt.
Your cousin. How
My-
close your cousin?
My mom's sister
Mm-hmm.
married my dad's nephew.
Okay, cool. So it's
Yeah.
not blood.
Yeah, it's not blood.
Okay.
But
The
it's
Saxville
still, though.
Bagginses.
But it's just fun. But they are. It's just fun to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
my
that's
cousin,
fine. I was worried that it was like a genuine.
No.
Yeah, I was ready to talk about
No.
that for an hour.
Yeah, no, my uncle cousin and my sister brother.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, my uncle cousin is a nuclear physicist, and he's like, I promise you, that will eventually happen. Like you will be able to like
Sure.
do that, like walk through walls and shit.
It's really like the
Mhm.
question he's asking, which is when that's broken down and recreated, it's really what your definition of a you is. If you
Right,
know- If you
right.
think that soul is like a not it's nothing, not a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing we made up. Then yes, of course that's you.
And even if it is a thing, it's going to be in the brain. It's not like you take out your kidneys.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
that
I think
seals
that
a part of your
people
soul.
have this idea of like this, like a soul is like ghost, you know, where like it's like this like the ghost of you, and then you pull it out, and then there's still this ghost here.
Yeah,
and that's you, but the body isn't you. This is now you, and then
Right.
that goes into someone else's body, and then that's the soul.
Yeah, the people
That's
that
not a real thing.
would, the people that would really.
We'll call it metaphysics.
All right.
Whatever. You'll know what I'm talking about in a minute, and you'll
Okay.
mock me.
Yes.
But they think that basically, if there's things that have a higher intelligence than us, that it's
Oh, you're talking about the that we're all part of a simulation.
yeah, like it's all
Yeah.
simulation. So that
We talked about this on Science Jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. So like that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, is that
Yeah,
kind
if
of what he's
we're
talking
already a
about?
simulation anyway, then it doesn't even matter.
My answer then was like,
Answers it pretty well.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Next
Don't
question.
be an idiot.
never, man. Upload yourself.
Better upload yourself. All right. Next question comes from Most Deaf. at
Most deaf with a T?
Most Deaf.
He's definitely a white guy.
Disappointing.
Yeah, that's.
No, is it deft, DEFT? Because that would be okay.
No, it's
Most, I am
DEA.
I'm the deftest person in the. Maybe it just, not even that it would hurt, but just that, like, well, nothing's going on down there, and you are just
Yeah.
punching at me and sweating on me, and it's not working.
Oh, Most Deaf sounds like a dude though. I figure this
Yeah.
is probably a dude,
Right.
and I
I'm
don't know
guessing
if
he's
it's
like- I'm guessing he was also if he's making most deaf references, he's probably born in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right. So he's
So
in
he's
his
only
30s.
like 30, and he's probably still a virgin, and
Right.
he wants to know if there's anything wrong with him. No, but you probably should work on your social skills.
I feel like
Not
he's.
always social skills though, because I had a boyfriend in like when I was younger, and he was like 24. I was.
That's my go-to.
I can't agree. Let me give you guys at home a little inside info about the comedy community. I've heard this confession from men before.
Oh,
and some of them
what
like
ages
I've
are we talking?
like our age,
Yeah, I know
like
I know a guy my
within
age
our
that's a
world,
virgin.
who
Wow.
like casually drop that like
Have
it
never had
hasn't
sex.
happened, or like.
But they wanted to.
I'll say on one occasion it was we were all talking about it, and this guy kind of casually slipped in. He was like, "Yeah, it didn't happen to me till like 8 months ago."
Wow.
And
Sure,
so we were all like, "Whoa, we knew you way before 8 months ago." So it happens, and our response was not "Wow, Luigi." It was,
Well, hold on, but
it was like, "Hey, man."
if it was me and Chan,
we
and
talked about it.
and Chan told me that, I'd be like, what? And then I would not judge him. I'd be like, really? That's fucking weird.
Yeah, we all said
Right.
"really?" question mark.
But if you told me, I don't really know you that well,
Sure.
right? My response would be much more like appropriate. Like, oh damn, that's weird.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Well,
about
Damn, that's weird.
it. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about
Maybe
it.
I'm thinking of like sports bar kind of guys. I feel like where this
I'm
question
that
is coming
guy.
from. Where this color is, you don't watch.
I almost got into a fist
you don't
fight
watch
last night
UFC
because
pay-per-views
somebody
and
told me
put
that Taylor
support
Martinez won't win the Heisman, and he fucking will at least be in the top
You
3.
got into a fist fight?
I wanted to. I wanted to punch that guy in the mouth so bad.
I see. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that there? I think most places you go in the country.
You got to figure out what that problem is, man. And there's many reasons for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Most of the guys I know that had problems with it, it was because of cultural stuff that I could talk about for hours and hours and hours.
What about confidence issues? Because I know there's a guy that's like, he's a comedian. I mean, his whole shtick is the nerdy virgin, and he's like 35 or something.
Confidence
Right.
issues for sure, and then those nerdy versions, in my experience, have huge like cultural hangups I got to get over, because those nerdy versions are watching a lot of porn and have insane standards and cannot find a nice girl
Right.
to hook up with.
Really? So
because
they set their standards by watching porn, and they can't find a nice girl in the real world?
I have experienced, not personally, but like, yeah, I know dudes who like still I
Like,
get
you mean
so
like
frustrated
the chicks
with,
aren't
because like
the chicks aren't hot enough or dirty enough or what?
that happens. Yeah, like a lot. Like
Really?
I know guys that I'm just like, why don't you like date this girl, man? He's like, I don't know. And like then later in a separate conversation, I'll hear them talk about like what they think is hot or what they're looking for, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen for
Yeah,
you, man.
like,
you are,
once you get
your
to a certain
brain is
age-
fucked from
Yeah.
like what you think real women are.
But is that okay? But do you ever think that maybe that conversation that they're having is like what they really want to say is? It's kind of like I used to have a friend like this kind of fat guy, right? And he would say things like, "Yeah, dude, I don't think she's hot. I like fat chicks. She's not she's not fat. And you look at this girl, and this girl's gorgeous.
Sure.
And really what he's saying is, I don't have a chance with her. I'm going to say the girls that I have a chance. He was like, yeah, you make lotion for that. He was like, they make this very specific brand of lotion. It's $9.95 at Walgreens over there on Wilshire and Spalding.
Here's the thing.
Specifics, guys.
I know at least Arena has told me that has never happened. Or wait, did she say it never happened or she doesn't? But
What?
I'm sorry, what I missed the first.
He's trying to make. I think he's trying to make fun of my girlfriend.
No, I'm saying that you're all like, oh yeah, I know what Astroglide is and I know how much it costs and I do it all the time.
What, butt sex?
Yeah.
Oh no, Irene would never let me do butt sex. She's
Right.
Russian.
Yeah, she's Turkmenistani.
Well, she's Russian.
That's another thing I've found that dudes have a very different idea of how that actually goes down.
Nope.
I've heard a lot of horror stories.
All I
Yeah,
gotta
I
do
know
is
exactly
like-
how it goes
Yeah.
down. It starts with like,
Sounds
dude, just let me
awful.
try it
Another
once.
thing that porn has really fucked men up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those ladies, I think, get like cleansed thoroughly.
Yeah, they
A friend
bleach
of
their
mine-
asshole, yeah.
No, but
Oh,
they also
well,
get
that's separate.
enemas.
Yeah, enemas and
beforehand.
fucking-
Oh, that
A
can
f-
just. Ugh.
Sandpaper
A friend of ours in the
yeah.
comedy community made these Funny or Die videos where he like visited a porn set,
Mhm.
and he said the single most horrifying thing he will ever see in his life is walking into the bathroom to
Oh, no.
pee
No.
and found all of the discarded
No.
enemas,
No.
and this toilet just
Wait a minute, so all the dudes were?
overflowed. No, the women, because it was all like that's what they were doing that day, and they gotta flush that shit out beforehand, man.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, up
Yeah.
top.
Well, all right.
Um,
I'm gonna throw
What
it
was the
now.
question?
Is it okay to be
right,
a virgin?
right,
It's
Yeah,
fine,
it's
man,
fine
if
to
it's a
be a virgin.
choice. If you're like, if you haven't figured it out yet,
The thing from Goonies, the hey.
Sloth.
Yeah, if you look like Sloth.
if you're a fully mentally physically deformed monster, yeah, I would also agree.
Well, yeah, but what he's saying is like,
But if you
average
look-
dude, like even well below average dude who just basically puts it out there and says, hey, you know.
Do you want to have sex with me?
I guess I don't know.
Do you want to
I
fuck?
hang
Like,
out
do you
with
want to go
different
back
girls.
and fuck? No, I promise you though. Even at UCB, 500 UCB girls are gonna fucking suck someone's dick. One out of those 500 UCB girls, Leland Bowden. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just.
Whoa!
Man,
No.
Get out.
Whoa!
Walk away.
I'm totally
Just
kidding.
walk
You.
away.
I like Leland. I just the first name I thought of.
apologies to her, and I am not a part of this.
Yeah.
No, I was kidding.
I usually don't like to bail on this sort of thing.
Yeah,
but yep,
I was
straight up
totally
bailing
kidding.
on
I just
this.
saw the
So we
look on
can,
Tim's
edit
face. Was like,
this
I thought he was
out.
saying, "I'm gonna cut your dick off because that's my friend."
Also,
No, I'm
none of them
kidding.
in that community.
Eventually, someone. I don't. If you put 500 girls anywhere, it doesn't matter where.
Maybe spring break or
Anywhere,
something.
anywhere. They don't all think like you. I would never do it. I'm just saying that it's literally. It's
Just
a
saying that he
numbers
has
game.
done it.
No, it's literally a numbers game. Like if you just go and ask a bunch of chicks to fuck you, eventually one will.
If you go outside a sex anonymous, like a sex.
No, if you just go down the streets of LA or the streets of Omaha, Nebraska.
Here's the
or
thing. Here's the
streets
thing.
of-
I 100% agree that in principle, what you're saying is true. You probably don't want to go up and say, "Hey, do you want to fuck me?" But if you do something very similar that is, just sort of couched at least reasonably out of 500 women,
Needs from a
And
person.
baseline
definitely
human
you have
interaction.
to be able to do something interesting or
And-
talk about something. There's no such thing as the friend zone. You are boring.
and don't make the mistake of casually making slut jokes about someone you barely know on a podcast.
That's
I was
huge,
just kidding.
and I would think that would.
And
be
I want to go on the
something
record as
people would
saying,
know.
Leland, I think you're wonderful, and you're the first name I thought of. That's literally all it
That's
was.
still not
We're
helping a
gonna
whole
tag
lot,
her in
man.
this when we upload it.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
to
don't do
sex.
that. I
You're doing
can't.
what?
We're gonna
Oh,
tag her.
dude.
in this
Don't
when
wanna
we
be-
upload
Yeah,
it.
I was like, Leland, I'm totally
No,
kidding.
no.
You're the funniest chick I know, except for maybe.
Oh God, you just.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say,
Let's all
I
do
think
the shovel.
I think somebody's doing that, asking 500 women if they'll have sex on them on OkCupid. Like that's happening as we speak right now. There is some guy just.
Oh man,
copying,
yeah, that's a
pasting,
pretty. That's all.
Will you
That's
have sex with me? Will you
there's
have sex with me? Will you have
multiple
sex-
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you hear that, or even Meg Swertlow just did a show
Oh yeah.
where she
The
did a bunch of.
Irresponsible Girl's Guide to Dating. or
Yeah,
something.
she dated a whole bunch of dudes on OkCupid, and like a lot of the messages she would post, like, "Look at this thing I got from this guy." A lot of them were basically like that. It's like, "You look
Yeah.
hot. Would you like to have sex?" Like straight up like that. And I'm sure, yeah, they're just cutting and pasting and
You
just
wouldn't do it
going
if it
over and
didn't
over.
work. There wouldn't be several people doing it if they did.
Yeah.
If it didn't
There,
work.
there are girls out there who will go crazy. There's someone in the community who had a significant other who went crazy, and they're not together anymore, but she went crazy and was OkCupiding it all up. So there are women out there who will have sex with you, Mr.
Why do you have to keep on bringing up Leland? I thought we had put this to bed. Why would you do that, Liz?
Cool.
For Christ's sake.
Y'all look at faces or ass first.
Oh boy.
And I think deep down, I wanted you guys to answer this because, yeah, what do you guys look for first? You know?
Well, I mean, that depends.
That's a straight up physical attraction question, so I won't feel that bad.
I mean, if
Are you just asking like
would I
are
fuck
we ass
Hatchet
men
Face
or
from
breast men?
Crybaby if she looked like she had Beyonce's ass? No, I would not.
Or are you asking like what is attractive to us just as people and all that business?
Look at faces or ass.
I think it's pretty.
You're the one that picked a goddamn question, and it's weird as.
Going with what they're giving me, guys.
Neither of those two things are what I look at first.
Okay.
Okay, so what?
I would say, oh man, I'm gonna sound like such a piece of shit if I say what like you can't. This kind of
This
a question
is
is one of
not
those things where
unusual.
if you don't say brain, then you're a dick. So I'm gonna say brain.
No, but be real,
You look
though.
for the brain.
But be real though.
I mean, if it's a purely attractive thing, like I'm not into like
you see a girl.
I'm not into
across
fat
the
chicks,
room.
so like if it's a fat chick, that'd be the first thing I would notice. And then if they have an ugly face, I'm not into that. And then if they have a great ass, that's awesome though. And here comes Tim making me really like a horrible person.
Tim
Well,
has
no,
to do
no.
zero work to
No,
do.
I wanna answer his real question. I think the real answer is face, but like if you're like in a, I don't know, if you're playing from across the bar, you see a nice butt playing darts or whatever,
right.
you'll notice it.
But it comes down because if they like the most physically attractive person in the world, as soon as they open their mouth, they're just like dumb as a box of rocks or turned out to be racist or whatever, then it's like then all of that physical attractiveness just shuts down.
Yeah,
And, like,
racist.
there's
I'm
nothing
cool with
attractive.
racist, but I don't like dumb.
Right, I get you.
I'm kidding.
Smart racist is your.
I feel you on that. I love
you at your
racist.
pocket.
like I'm always like that's. I always try to have them get whenever I'm having
but also
sex with
that
a
being
girl,
said-
Yeah.
they yell like racial slurs at me.
Asses. I'm
I'm
a big fan of the Bahuki.
I'm
as they say.
the Bahuki.
Bahuki, nobody
As
says
everyone
that.
says that.
in Scotland. In
Um,
Scotland, that's how.
I do. Yeah, that open the mouth thing is a big one. I can't suffer dummies anymore, and that's not that's women or men. Like, man, as soon as you're starting to make me feel like I'm working to even like stand there and talk to you, it's like I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, yeah,
I can't do it.
I
I know
will-
guys that will be happy to take anybody home if they're pretty,
Right.
and I can't do it.
No,
man.
I'll start
I'd rather
lobbing them
go back.
over the net, and if they don't come back, then I'm like, cool. Oh, you're very nice. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go over here now.
Yeah.
I think that if it's a purely physical thing, like I don't know, like I've never really like I could never date someone that was dumb. Like I could not date like if Irina was dumb as a box of rocks, that we would have never lasted. Like if I
Sure.
you have to carry on a conversation. But if it's purely like drunk fucking at 2:00 after you've been at a bar all night, dumb's fine.
Yeah, I don't even think I could do it at that point anymore.
I mean,
But
I don't know.
I imagine. What Tim just
okay,
said.
well, dating, sure. I
You
mean-
have a fucking question about that?
Yeah, I mean, of course I could date
Oh my
a good
Christ.
person. But no, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about
Well,
He said,
now
what do
it
you look
is.
at first?
Now it is.
And he said,
Yeah,
what do you
you
look
look
at
at
first?
first.
And I think I take that face, and you can convey a lot of intelligence through your eyes, and I think there's a lot of stuff going on up there. But
I'm
make
just
it-
saying if she has
I like
like
butts.
a huge
Yeah,
Cannot
like
lie.
scar from being shivved in the Colombian jungles of Colombia or
that's
whatever.
still
like
okay,
that.
man, because
It
she's a
then-
nice lady. That's all
Right.
right.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
But
the scarred that scene in Kill Bill where the beautiful woman has like the scar all the way
Oh,
down.
yeah.
her face,
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, yeah, maybe.
That's what yeah, because she had a banging ass. That is truth. Next question.
All right, next question here is from Tom at Tom Dog. And
Oh
he
boy,
asks,
it's DAWG, isn't it?
No,
it's
2 Gs.
Yeah, it's 2 Gs.
Okay.
I didn't say
Like
dog.
Nate
Spelling it with a W is
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
Comfortable, and anybody I date in the future would probably get a very clear like picture and understanding of what that is.
Right.
And I don't call her on her birthday, but I usually like wish her a happy birthday in some form. But if I did call her on her birthday, it wouldn't be weird. Like she's
Right.
called me on my birthday before. Like we are good enough friends now
because that was almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, like that's a situation where I, just from personal experience, where that's be fine. If I called any other of my ex-girlfriends, and I'm not on bad terms with any of them really, but like, yeah, it would be weird.
Well, yeah,
it depends on what your relationship
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
with
if
them.
you're calling them out of the blue, like if I haven't talked to one of my ex-girlfriends for like 3 years, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's their birthday.
Yeah, that means
That's
like
weird
that
as
means
fuck.
you're going through something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like,
Foisting it upon her.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's all you have to do to be safe. Post it on our Facebook wall. Happy
Still,
birthday.
I think that still could be weird or not weird.
If you have to ask this question, it's weird.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, if you have to ask this question, it's either weird or your girlfriend's a dumb bitch. It's one of those two things.
Oh boy.
Or she knows exactly what's going on, and you're trying to get some like a birthday nookie from old ex-girlfriend.
Okay,
in
let's
which
say
case
you're-
she's not a bitch.
Let's
She's
say
100%.
that you're dating a girl, and all of a sudden that girl is like, I don't like it that you're calling said girlfriend.
The one I'm on
Yeah.
good terms with.
While drinking a strawberry shake.
Does
No.
it work?
I'm assuming she means losing.
Wait.
I am assuming she
No.
some friend of hers told her that if she gets pregnant, that's what she can do to get rid of the baby. Because that is super specific and weird.
No, like
and
she's probably trying to lose weight, but she loves strawberry shakes, and then
why would she say specifically squats? Is that like the only thing that she
well,
does?
that's just probably
Is
like
this-
the one word she knows. It was either that or bench press, and you can't bench press and drink a shake at the same time.
It might depend on what she means by does it work. Maybe she means is it still delicious? To which I would say yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
Sure.
Yeah, it works.
The
Maybe
shake
she
works.
Maybe she meant to say twerk and not work, in which case
Oh
the
yeah,
answer is completely different.
yeah. Squats and twerking is different.
Actually,
so.
I'm sorry. The question is still the same, or the answer is still the same. You're a dummy.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Big,
The only way to lose
dummy.
weight is to
You know the
is
answer to this
to-
joke question. This girl knows the answer.
I don't think she does. I think she's that stupid. I think she's thinking, I want to drink strawberry milkshakes, but I don't want to be fat. Can I do both?
I
No,
think-
not really.
Yeah, man, save it for cheat day, right? I don't know how
yeah,
that
yeah,
works.
Yeah, one day. But if you're specifically saying, can I do squats? And I'm assuming that you mean every time you do squats.
Yeah.
So then no. If you're having a strawberry milkshake every day and you're above the age of 18, you're probably gonna get
The
fat.
type of person that needs a milkshake just to get through her squat routine.
Right. Yeah, if that's you, you're destined to be fat, man.
Thirsty.
Your best bet.
One of my.
Your best bet is being on reality TV. That's where
Yeah.
you belong.
Get some Arrowhead sparkling water with lime.
Here's what I'm realizing. It was just the other day I was thinking about it. Is cigarettes are legal, alcohol is legal, and those are vices that we recognize. Like, this makes me feel good, but it doesn't do good things for my body. We accept that and understand that. Food is a weird gray area because food is such a large grouping of things. Some things are healthy. Some things are not healthy, but they're all things that you consume to not feel full anymore. And a lot of those unhealthy things make you feel really good. And I argue that they should be in the vice category, like legitimately, like just like alcohol and cigarettes, at least in your mind, like legally, whatever.
Yeah.
But like you should put that out.
I mean,
I don't think
I'm
should.
kind of an example.
Skinny fat.
I'm naturally thin, but yeah, like I look like the thin guy that doesn't take care of himself because because I exercise enough that like I would be in better shape. Like I run and I do like my night workout routine where you do like push-ups and pull-ups and stuff on my bar. But I also like, oh man, I eat so bad and I feel guilty every time I do, but I eat like garbage. So it doesn't do anything. All that exercise gets canceled out.
I was in good shape my whole life, and then all of a sudden I hit 30, and I gained, in 3 years, I gained 30 pounds, 35 pounds. I went from like 165 to like 205 is what I weighed a month ago.
Yeah.
And like it just doesn't matter, man. If there's a point where you just have to stop eating junk food on a consistent basis, or you're like I wish I had that problem. Like I get fat.
Well, here's the
Like,
thing.
Yeah, that's why I won't eat them, man.
Yeah,
Why would
bacon
you
jerky's
bring
the
that in
problem.
The girl who's asking this question is probably like 18, though.
Yeah,
So
probably like
that's a-
12 or some shit.
No, not
That's
that
when
young,
they get
not
fat
that
now.
young.
And everybody's fat at 12 now.
Well, yeah, if you're drinking fucking strawberry milkshakes every day, truth.
Yeah.
Man, when I stopped at McDonald's today, it's the first time I've eaten at McDonald's in I've probably eaten once at McDonald's in the past 5 years, if that. And just the people that were there, they were fat and sad, and they were looking down at their food as they're sitting there, and they just looked like the most unfortunate human beings on the planet.
Yeah.
And I'm from Alabama. It doesn't.
Are you really?
It doesn't.
You know, whereas where I came from, you know, we had to scrabble every day. We got a potato, and now I can give my kids like all the food they want, and naturally, a little animal child is just gonna like cram all the happy food they wanted in their mouths, and they'll keep on doing it. And the parents like, awesome, I'm good parent because my kid is getting fed, and then they just get fat and fat and fat, and that's that's not necessarily anybody's fault. That's just how they're wired. Like if you come over here,
But it's not just immigrants in America.
No, I'm
Like,
saying there's
also just a lot of fat kids that are here whose parents just don't care about them enough to keep them from getting fat. They would rather their kids get fat in front of a Nintendo because then they don't have to get off their fat asses to go out to the park and play frisbee with them.
Or in a more charitable situation, somebody is working a 60-hour week to feed their 3 kids, and you get home and like, fuck, it's just go to McDonald's because like I'm working and I got to leave in 2 hours to go to my second job.
Yeah, people forget how long it takes to like make that dinner and then clean up after that dinner.
Yeah,
and cook
and if you're
everything.
making minimum wage or like $9 an hour, that's rough.
Shit just got really depressing.
Yeah, and
man, sorry,
I
guys.
have to bite my tongue too because like this is when like the 5% Republican in me comes out, and like I don't know, man. I think that you kind of have to be. I mean, like it sucks, but you got to put in that extra 2 hours and make sure your kids don't die of diabetes at 35.
Well, totally. I mean, I can speak for like my exhausted dad. Buried his wife while we were very young. Was a pilot in the Army. Like had no time and was working long hours and then come home. And he was going to. He was in his 30s, so he went back to school also on top of his Army job. So then he would come home and he would fucking make us like a full dinner with like salads and everything, and then he would go to the back room and study like calculus until 1 a.m. And like he was a trooper, and like that's how like I still like look at it. It's like it sucks.
Also,
it
sucks
but, like,
ass.
I think there's a Midwestern and Southern mentality that some of these city folks don't have.
But also, I think that is an extraordinary circumstance.
Totally.
Tim's dad
I don't think it's
is
that.
amazing.
I mean,
and you can't expect every person.
He also was not happy.
Hold on. I don't want to take anything away from your dad because your dad, that's awesome.
No,
But
he's giving something to him. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm personally, what I'm about to say, I don't want you to take it that way.
Oh, sure.
But he does mean it that way.
No. All I'm gonna say is that I think that there is a mentality in some other places where that is very common. My dad, I mean, I had a mom too, but my mom was working 2 jobs. My dad was
the type of like the cultural food. I mean, we were military brats, so like we weren't native Southerners. We just retired there. That's why I was there.
I was wondering
forever.
where your accent was.
Yeah,
You don't sound like an Alabama.
Not at all.
Alabama.
I mean, I've been there since I was in 4th grade because he retired. We moved station there, and then he retired in like 2000.
Do you ever slip into Alabama like when you've had too many beers?
People have, not a lot, like maybe 2 in my life have said they've detected it, but I don't, certainly.
Okay. You just
my
use the word
sister has it for
certainly,
sure.
so
My
I'm
sister was
sure.
born there and raised there, so she has like this weird hybrid where she definitely, you can tell. But yeah, the food there is not good for you.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the stuff
just
you have it
steaks
like
and
Please enjoy that.
My biggest fear in life is that I eventually have the same body type as Ian Roberts.
Oh.
No, he's adorable.
Wow.
Come
I love
on.
you, Ian.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, no, he's great.
I'm
but
surprised
come
he
on.
didn't say Leland
You know that
Bowden.
PCB
It's like,
blacklist?
God, you know what would be the
No,
worst thing
that's
to be?
bringing him
back into it.
Come on, but you
He
know
Hey,
what?
now you
named
hit
just
on-
Ian Roberts like.
Wait a minute. You
What do you
hit
mean?
On Leland.
I was
Now
kidding.
you're on Ian. There's
First
a
of all,
blacklist.
First of all, I was kidding about Leland. So I feel these guys, and I'm gonna say that if you're being ironic, it's fine. Say whatever you want. If you mean it, then no, you're a douche.
Irony is the worst thing to happen to humanity.
That is not true. Robert Chan is the worst thing to
right
happen to
behind
humanity, and then
Nazis.
rape.
God.
And
Ding ding.
genocide.
What?
I'm like ding ding. Start the UFC fight. And it all comes back.
The kid doesn't get it. It's for you. Don't do that.
Yeah,
to your
it's for
kid.
it's a show. Like you're just doing it so people think you're.
No, and
No,
that's why I think
it
it's
depends
saying
on
that
how
to
the other 2-year-old reacts, because the other 2-year-old should react like a man and punch him in his face. Because
2-year-olds have no
no one
context.
disrespects you.
No context. These 2-year-olds are growing up to be Crips and Bloods. or whatever, a street.
Not this
gang.
kid. This kid is a white kid. I promise.
Yeah.
He's gonna want to be a crip.
If you're spelling
then
it
that's the worst
D-A-G-G,
at all.
you're definitely a white kid.
Dag?
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's how he spelled it.
Dag?
D-A-W-G.
No.
Yeah.
D-A-W-G.
If you're, yeah, if you're,
I didn't mean to say double G.
if you're trying to be
Oh,
David
okay.
Allen Greer, then
Different
that's a
point.
totally different question that we need to answer. I would argue that that's not a bad thing.
My
If
dad
you
used to
wanna
always tell me that it's okay to cry if there's a good reason, but you better patient.
teach-
Sure.
Sure.
Is that
Fucking
what monosex is?
jerk
Yeah.
off and
Right? Well,
Yeah.
it's-
monosex
I think
is
so.
not a word, so they're making up stupid
Oh,
words.
it might be. You
There
never
are
know,
plenty
man.
of
There's
legitimate
a lot
terms.
of new subcategories of shit out there.
Tantric onanism. How about that? I just
Tantric-
didn't want to say
Yeah, 'cause
masturbation.
nobody says like tantric finger fucking myself.
Can you hold off an orgasm and masturbate for 5 hours? Yeah, you can.
You can. Especially with a lot of practice.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't-
a good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even know if it's. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. But I have
think
no
Yeah.
interest.
I think, well, with dudes, it's not because I think you can get
The blue
testicular
balls.
cancer and shit.
If-
Fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, I believe anybody that says they can do it, Sting's super into it, right? I have no interest.
I'm fine if you want to do that.
I can go a while, but I don't. No, man, I got shit to do, like sleep. I go to work.
I don't know. I mean, if the
painful for the girl.
if the alternative is watching a Law and Order marathon, I mean, you know, that's
Alright,
just your
yeah,
hobby,
fair enough.
whatever.
Yeah, if you have nothing
SVU
else
or
to do.
criminal intent.
No,
don't, yeah, instead of SVU, that'd be a weird.
What if you're now?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
If you do it instead of just like and done, it's like take it to another level and you're like experiencing like orgasmic feelings for extended periods of time and all that. So that's what that's.
Yeah, I don't wanna. I'm sure it's possible. I
Yeah,
can't.
okay.
It's
Tantric monosex.
I have a tough time like meditating and focusing on my breath for more than a minute and a half. So like, there's no way that I'm gonna have sex for 5 hours. And
But
I get that.
specifically masturbate too for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. You're being
I'd
stupid.
get prune fingers or something, you know.
Gross.
Have fun, man. Maybe, and if you're asking
That's
because you
funny,
can't
though.
figure out how, if you're saying is it possible because I can't seem to,
Yeah.
keep practicing.
Google it.
You need to do. It's like you have to do 10,000 hours of something before
Yep.
you're an
Yeah.
expert at it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep at it.
So we need to do 10,000 more hours of these podcasts.
Well,
I feel like we
technically
just did-
9,945.
That's the Rent song, right?
9,945 hours.
Thanks for being here. Find us on iTunes and rate us and review us and like us and do all that. Podpocalypse.com, go there. YouTube.com/SamProof. We're there.
At I'm Tweedy.
At 999 RPMs.
At my name, Tim Neenan.
And,
you realize
Where
people
else
would
can
just
we
go to
find you?
at my name, right?
Yeah.
And
Where else can we
Oh,
find
right.
you,
My
Tim?
name is not.
We can always rip it from the YouTube.
Yeah.